And I've officially made us just a little bit late with the normal social butterfly / coffee delay.
Happy Tuesday from McPherson Lake.
Tuesday.
After a really nice breakfast with Trail Angels Bruce, Michelle, and Merle, we are reluctantly heading back into the sunshine.
And we are back to the glory, which is central Kansas, which apparently this is not empty. We are headed into empty in another like 200 miles. And then we head into further emptiness, aka Kansas to eastern Colorado.
Today on Taters Tuesday, Matt, where's the muzzle?
Matt, stop talking!
Oh, I say that so much.
We have about 15 miles to do today into our first water stop, which is the small town of Galva, where we'll fill water, and then another 8 or so into McPherson, where we're planning to get a hotel, do laundry, clean up.
So this is actually getting back to that nature preserve. The trail actually cuts left because if we went straight, pretty soon there's a gate and a lot of warnings of stay in your vehicles because of fluffy cows. So unfortunately we can't walk through there, and if we didn't have nice trail angels that had taken us on an auto tour yesterday, we might have missed it completely.
Somebody said they really liked your pictures of me flipping my poles.
We've been hearing cicadas now for a couple weeks out here. Sometimes quiet, sometimes deafening. And the last time I saw them, heard them this much was back when we did the AT. That was a really big one, Brood X.
Yeah.
And at that time, they would be loud for a couple days, and then the next day we would see them just littered all over the trail, like carpets of them. Interestingly, this summer we've never seen the carpets of them or masses of them. Part of it is maybe we're just not in the trees as much, not seeing where they're all falling, but seeing a couple. Here's this little guy. He probably doesn't have very much longer. Sorry.
Let me die in peace.
And we have had entirely too much motorcycle traffic today, so we are happy to be on another back road. Here we have other options, so we could even shift north or south one grid. This paved one runs right on the side of the refuge, so kind of had no choice. And it is a bloody hot one today. We're back up in the 90s, and I am stressing because I want to get to this hotel and laundry, and that's gonna be a long 22 miles at this rate. I woke up this morning with a splitting headache and was feeling kind of nauseous. It got better eventually. I took some ibuprofen and drank some water and slept in. I'm not sure what caused it. I had about the equivalent of 1 beer last night, and that shouldn't have been enough to give me that sort of reaction, but that'll teach me to drink it all out here, I guess. Our outlook for western Kansas is hotter temperatures and less shade, so at least we've been able to really enjoy this little break we got after that round of storms. Cooled everything off for a little while. And who knows, maybe we'll get lucky again. And it finally happened after fantasizing for however many states I've been through. Finally somebody yelled over and is offering us tea. Iced tea. Because there is no way you're getting me to drink hot tea right now.
So that was really nice. Couple saw us hiking by on the road, went, wow, we don't see that every day, and invited us over to the porch for some iced teas, which has basically been one of Matt's fantasies on this trail.
That and something involving volleyball girls she says not to talk about on YouTube. The new don't put that on YouTube is actually that's her seizing up, wanting to say something but afraid it will go on YouTube.
Whatever I say, it still goes on YouTube.
Anyway.
Interesting talking to people along the trail because you get to hear about some of the local issues. So these guys told us that a lot of the farmers have switched to no-till farming, where they're using a lot more herbicides, basically, instead of the labor-intensive tilling process. And even they have noticed more pollution in the creeks and stuff. They said they used to fish out of these creeks, and now they won't do that anymore.
I was explaining how we didn't want to just pull water out of random faucets and things. They're like, yeah, you want to make sure, because they had one of those pumps that was actually attached to an old well that probably wouldn't have been super safe to drink. And we were just getting all sorts of friends today. They came out to meet us as well. They've been watching the channel for quite a while. We got 3 generations of their family watching the channel, which initially, according to the demographics, when I first left Key West, basically if anybody other than an old male saw the channel, it was because they were watching at Grandpa's house. But we have a bigger spread these days. More taters, less, beardage. So that fishing lake is where we stayed last night. I'm really glad those folks came out and got us. Otherwise, we never would have hiked the 2 miles out there. It was a really, really cool place. Free camping by a lake. It had all these sites that had little fingers reaching out into the lake. We are really grateful for the cloud cover because it is bloody hot when the sun is on us.
Headed into the town of Galva. Like most of the other towns we've been through lately, the biggest landmark in the town is the grain silo. We're gonna check out a possible alternate route here from Galva to McPherson. On the map, just past the railroad tracks, there's something marked called the Sunflower Trail that parallels the railroad tracks from here all the way to McPherson. It's not part of the official ADT route, but if it goes, that'll be a nice surprise. Way to stay off the road for the rest of the day today.
Okay, and somewhere here there is a rail trail called the Sunflower Trail, which is actually hard to look up because Sunflower State and all that. Good thing she doesn't know about your illegal rail crossing. She just stopped to see what we were up to and gave us some cold water, which is very well appreciated, and then gave us some less than promising news about the rail trail, but So this is the Sunflower Trail. It's another rail bank project. Apparently it's not maintained real well for the officer over there. But worst case, we just cut back to the road. I almost feel like that nice police officer was escorting us out of town.
All right, so we'll see how long this runs for. I am very much appreciating the shade from actual trees along the trail, as well as as well as the chance for a little privacy from the road. Getting kind of tired of peeing in little ditches on the side of the road with cars coming by.
Man, fancy trail. Okay, 1 more mile. It's getting a little less maintained here.
And we managed to find a small bit of bushwhacking in Kansas. This is still the Sunflower Trail, but the police officer back in Galva did warn us that there was a section that wasn't maintained. Still perfectly fine for walking.
So for the record, this did kind of peter out, but only for the last mile. Probably should drop down to 56 there. Could have walked that. That's where we're going now to get to the hotel. So we have decided that at least some of us are so, shall we say, fragrant to an extreme that instead of going into the Mexican food restaurant and risking like a lifetime ban, we're gonna go shower and then do DoorDash.
I personally am not a big fan of DoorDash. Feels a little bit lazy, like we should just, eat what's in the area or what we can actually walk to. However, I am a huge fan of Thai food. It is by far the most superior cuisine. So he knows how to get me. He says we're getting Thai food. I'm down for pretty much whatever. Got into McPherson, the very east end of it anyway. Looks like we'll be actually going through most of the city tomorrow. And this is gonna be home sweet home for the night.